Hello and welcome to Newsroom Charcha, HW News' weekly podcast where the team at HW comes together and discusses the stories, the topics that made headlines in the week gone by. Joining me on the podcast this week is Jash Hirani. Hello, Jash.
Hi Shubham.
And we have Shashank Nair joining us. Hello, Shashank.
Hello Shubham.
And I am Shubham Chauhan. With the three of us who will be discussing some of the issues that really stood out in the week that has gone by. So I think the biggest topic and the most unfortunate topic really to start with would be what has happened in Kolkata. The tragic, whichever way you put it, brutal, gruesome, horrific rape and murder of a 31-year-old postgraduate trainee doctor in Kolkata. Doctors, resident doctors across the country are out protesting, and the more you read about this topic, especially what has happened in the last 4 5, I think 9th August, if I'm not wrong, 9th I think was when the case came to light, when the body was found in the seminar hall of the RJ Kar Medical College and hospital. It's been almost a week since then, and it's again, people are branding it in so many ways. Someone is calling it Nirbhaya 2.0, someone is calling, they are having their own terms for it. But for me personally, I think that leaves more questions than answers as far as the incident is concerned with regards to how the police have treated this matter. I think the case is with the CBI team is already in Kolkata, na?
Yeah.
The
CBI ने टेक ओवर कर लिया है.
CBI, हाँ, correct. Calcutta High Court had ordered for that probe to be taken over from the police, but it doesn't really reflect in a nice way for the government or for the police, doesn't it?
इस पे मैं एक एकदम डिप्रेसिंग नोट से स्टार्ट करूंगा कि मेरे लिए तो ये जो वीक था वो बहुत डिप्रेसिंग, मतलब सब कुछ जो कंट्री में हो रहा है मेरे लिए तो बहुत डिप्रेसिंग है ये. कि पहले तो जो कलकत्ता में हुआ वो, सेकंड जो कश्मीर में फिलहाल हो रहा है, आर्मी जवान्स शहीद हो रहे हैं, एक वो, फिर हिमाचल में बहुत सारे लैंडस्लाइड्स हुए, वहाँ पे काफ़ी सारी डेथ हुई वो, फिर केरला में लैंडस्लाइड्स हुई वो, फिर विनेश फोगाट को मेडल नहीं मिला.
हाँ, yeah, that too happened. हाँ.
वो मेरे वो जो एक जो हाई मेंटल इमोशन जो था, जो पहले एक था, वो मेरे हिसाब से मैं तो बहुत डिप्रेस्ड फील कर रहा हूँ. जो भी मेरे आसपास हो रहा है, जो बांग्लादेश में हो रहा है, वो मेरे हिसाब से इतनी डिप्रेसिंग चीजें हो रही है. एज एन इंडियन सिटीजन मुझे बहुत बुरा लग रहा है. और स्पेशली जो कलकत्ता में हुआ, कलकत्ता में जो एक चीज मैंने आज इस इंसिडेंट से सीखी कि कलकत्ता इंसिडेंट के बाद मैं बहुत एम्फेटिकली कह सकता हूँ कि नो पार्टी हैज अ मॉरल राइट फॉर विमेन सेफ्टी. नो पार्टी.
करेक्ट.
चाहे वो बीजेपी हो, चाहे वो कोई भी ऑपोजिशन इंडिया अलायंस का कोई भी पार्टी हो, चाहे वो समाजवादी पार्टी हो, तृणमूल हो, कोई भी हो, उनके पास मॉरल राइट है ही नहीं. बीजेपी के इवन एलाइज हो, उनके पास भी कोई, दिस इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग द कॉन्शियस ऑफ द नेशन. ये बिल्किस बानो के केस में भी एक लॉयर ने भी बोला था, बहुत आइकॉनिक लाइन थी. सुजीत सर ने भी बहुत बार वो लाइन बोली भी थी कि जब बिल्किस बानो के रेपिस्ट को छोड़ा गया था तो लॉयर ने बोला था कोर्ट को कि अगर आप इन रेपिस्ट को बाहर रहने देते तो दिस विल रिप्रेजेंट द कॉन्शियस ऑफ द नेशन. और ये कॉन्शियस ऑफ द नेशन आज हर एक पार्टी में ये चीज हो रहा है.
Correct. And I think it's the whole politics behind this. I mean, the most bizarre sight was Chief Minister of the state who holds the home portfolio of West Bengal, health portfolio of West Bengal. She's the Chief Minister. She was out on the streets to demand justice. I mean, isn't it your job to ensure that women are safe in your state to begin with? Yes, I know. I read some of the tweets that said no, Kolkata was ranked the safest city in some survey or the other, or some government report or the other. But the fact of the matter is, when such cases come to light, questions will be asked, and regardless of like just said ना अभी कोई no political party can really claim कि they can't stand on a moral high ground and say that no, we really believe women should be safe and we have taken steps to ensure. Shashank, what do you think? मतलब what happened in the last 1 week is, and especially the way it's playing out politically also. I mean, it's just sad to see that a life was snuffed out of a 31-year-old trainee doctor. And this is what it comes down to. The chief minister, whose responsibility it is to maintain law and order in the state, is out there seeking justice and seeking death penalty for the rapist. So, what do you think, Shashank?
Also, I would like to add one more point that Mahua Moitra and Sagarika Ghosh, these people who are flag bearers of free speech, when they are questioned and asked for accountability, they are blocking journalists and Twitter followers.
Yeah.
So how what moral right do you have to question Prime Minister Modi, because you are also doing the same thing when you are held accountable, you block people. Is it the way to respond?
Absolutely. I think for our listeners, what Shashank is referring to is a story we did on our channel as well, where Mahua Moitra, the firebrand MP from Trinamool Congress, many people reported, I think journalists were even included, that they, when they asked Ajit Anjum, yes, Ajit Anjum was, when questions were asked of the party, of Mamata Banerjee, of her party leaders, they were blocked straight away. So it's how, I mean, you talk about, like Shashank said, na, that you have your fight against Prime Minister Modi, you demand accountability, but when it comes to your own state, you are as intolerant or refusing to answer questions. Yes, to be fair to them, they have answered for. I think I read Sagarika Ghosh's tweet where they're saying, no, this is the fact. This they made their sides clear. Mahua Moitra, I think we carried what she said also, but that was, I mean, 3, 4, 5 days you maintain a stunned silence, and then suddenly you come up saying, no, let's not politicize it. But yeah, I don't know.
ये सेम चीज मैं बोलता हूँ ना, ये सेम चीज जब मणिपुर में हुआ था ना, when the girl was paraded naked, और जब पार्लियामेंट में डिस्कशन हो रहा था, सेम व्हाट अबाउट री, लोग एक दूसरे पे तुम्हारे स्टेट में क्या चल रहा है, तुम क्या कर रहे हो, तुम क्या, अरे तुम खुद देखो ना, तुम खुद क्या कर रहे हो. हर एक पार्टी को मैं बोल रहा हूँ, सिर्फ बीजेपी को या सिर्फ टीएमसी को या सिर्फ कांग्रेस को या सिर्फ एसपी को, किसी को नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, तुम खुद क्या कर रहे हो.
करेक्ट.
तुम खुद के कपड़े तो साफ करो ना यार. उसमें जब मणिपुर का हुआ था, स्मृति ईरानी खड़ी होकर बोल रहे, आप राजस्थान में देखो क्या हो रहा है, राजस्थान में देखो वहां पे भी लड़कियों का रेप हो रहा है, उसको ऐसे ही जला दिया गया था. अरे भाई, तुम खुद का स्टेट गवर्नमेंट देखो ना.
I mean, वो व्हाट अबाउट री ऐसा है ना,
सिर्फ व्हाट अबाउट री. एक सिंपल इशू पे, मतलब अगर तुम व्हाट अबाउट री कर रहे हो, मतलब तुम्हारा आर्ग्यूमेंट है ही नहीं, उसके उस आर्ग्यूमेंट में कोई बेसिस है ही नहीं. अगर तुम व्हाट अबाउट री, तुम जस्टिफाई कर रहे हो कि तुम गलत हो और उस चीज को तुम जस्टिफाई कर रहे हो. उस व्हाट अबाउट री को तुम उस अपनी एक बोलते हैं ना लोएस्ट मॉरल स्टैंडर्ड को तुम जस्टिफाई कर रहे हो अगर आप व्हाट अबाउट री कर रहे हो.
Correct. And it's not, I mean, it's not, I think it's, women's safety is not a BJP ruled state versus an opposition ruled state debate to begin with. That argument shouldn't be coming up at all, regardless of which party governs which state. Women's safety in 2024, I mean, I remember 2012, I think we were all kids. I remember ever so clearly when the Nirbhaya case happened. Not that I'm trying to draw a parallel or just compare any of it. You cannot compare such brutal crimes, but 2012 was, in more ways than one, what happened post the Nirbhaya case. Anger spilling onto the streets, people demanding justice, people demanding accountability. We are also seeing now in this case as well, resident doctors, even in cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, they're out there and really demanding justice. But then the flip question, the other question that I would like to know from you guys, that what changes? I mean, yes, Nirbhaya happened and that was a large scale this thing, but does anything change? ऐसा तो नहीं है. In fact, forget Nirbhaya. ऐसा भी नहीं है that once the Kolkata case came to light, rapes then suddenly stopped. Everyone, was really alert. I think Uttarakhand में एक case आया था rape का. So it's, is it the sad part that people just, they talk about it for a few days and then they just, you let go of it or you just stop talking about it.
What I believe over here is when an association, when a community comes together and is adamant on their demands, I think the government is compelled to bring up stringent laws, and I think stringent laws is the need of the hour, because if we see Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh, people like Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh get parole twice in an year. So I think what kind of an example are you trying to set over here? Because convicted people are getting parole and bail. So I don't think that we are prioritizing. We are not clear with our priorities. Is what I believe.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, Ram Rahim Singh, his furlough was this week only, na?
उसका 15 तारीख को बर्थडे था,
15th August, हाँ, correct.
बर्थडे, और वो बहुत बार बर्थडे पे उसको
हाँ, he's gotten a furlough.
ये अपना आसाराम को,
आसाराम बापू also got,
हाँ, 7 day parole मिला. आप मतलब क्या एग्जाम्पल सेट कर रहे हो?
And
एक तरफ पे 9 तारीख को रेप हुआ है और आप
convicted
रेपिस्ट लोगों को छोड़ रहे हो.
Also, Shubham, I would like to highlight a stat. Every time, just before the election, this is something very interesting, that just before any election in Haryana, be it municipal corporation, be it assembly, be it Lok Sabha, Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh gets bail. This is something which one has to also look at.
In fact, even in the Kolkata case, I mean, the details were so gory. I mean, whatever has come out from the autopsy report, I mean, you cannot fathom, you cannot begin to imagine what really must have transpired. It's a hospital we are talking about. That man, I think he whatever
वो
little,
पुलिस बैरक में जाके सोया.
हाँ, yeah, he's
पुलिस बैरक में जाके वो सो रहा है मस्त.
so
ये उसका मतलब उसके हिसाब से उसने कुछ किया ही नहीं है गलत. वो जनरली कोई क्राइम करता है तो वो भागने के बारे में सोचता है. वो इतना चिल्ड, इतना रिलैक्स्ड है, वो पुलिस बैरक में जाके सो रहा है. फिर उसको आके पकड़ रहे हैं.
And then he said, I think some reports carried that line. He said, he confessed to the crime and said, if you want, hang me. But,
Hang me, yeah.
So in the case as well, when we look at, I was reading a statement from one of the relatives and the parents, something that the police has said it is not true. The parents said, the family said that the first call that we got was, we were first told she's unwell. Then we got to know that, we were informed that it is a suicide. And once we reached to find out what really happened, we were made to wait for 3 hours. The police said that no, we have not said that it was a suicide. We didn't communicate anything of that sort. So I think the lapses really begin from the initial stage of the investigation itself. The police commissioner of Kolkata says that the media is running a malicious campaign. I mean, if the police cannot do what is expected of them, if they cannot prevent such crimes from happening, if they cannot ensure women's safety is given the highest priority, so what malicious campaign against the media are you really talking about? Yeah,
A lot of journalists have also received notice. That is what I've been
so
said.
exactly, so that's the whole point. So क्या अभी हम cover ना करें?
इसके कलकत्ता हाईकोर्ट चीफ जस्टिस ने भी बोला था, जो बंगाल स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को जो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा था लॉयर, उसको बोला कि आई एम वेरी डिस्टर्ब्ड, आई एम फीलिंग द पेन, यू शुड आल्सो फील द पेन, ऐसे करके. आप देखो वो क्लिप देखो, आप HW ने अपने चैनल पे डाला भी है. कलकत्ता हाईकोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए. ये देखिए, जब वो वैंडलिज्म वगैरह हुआ, 7,000 लोग आए, कैसे आए, वो भीड़ कैसे जमा हुई, पुलिस के पास कोई इंटेलिजेंस ही नहीं है. मस्त वैंडलिज्म चल रहा है वहां पे.
In fact, for our listeners, we are recording this on a Saturday afternoon, and I have done a show. By the time this podcast is out, that video of mine will be out for the weekly show that we do. That's called Simply Put, where we discuss the vandalism that just mentioned and the sorry state of affairs that the Calcutta High Court Chief Justice. And this was captured. In fact, like he said, we've put it out as a video on our channel. You can have a look at it. And the way the Kolkata High Court Chief Justice is talking, I mean, it's a sorry state of affairs, and he's extremely harsh in what he is, and rightfully so.
और उसमें भी क्या हुआ था, हॉस्पिटल में वो लोग ने रेनोवेशन का काम चालू कर दिया. जब रेनोवेशन के काम के लिए उस लॉयर को चीफ जस्टिस ने बोला कि ये तुम क्या कर रहे हो, क्यों रेनोवेशन कर रहे हो, वो क्राइम सीन है वहां पे क्राइम हुआ है और आप रेनोवेशन क्यों कर रहे हो, तो बोल रहे कि नहीं सर, वहां पे रेस्ट रूम वगैरह चाहिए हमको, रेस्ट रूम्स नहीं है वहां पे. बोल रहे आप दूसरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में जाओ, सिलीगुड़ी कोर्ट में जाओ, आप वहां पे देखो रेस्ट रूम के हालत क्या, आप क्या बात कर रहे हो, आपको इतना अर्जेंट बेसिस पे रेस्टरूम, एकदम फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए वो चीफ जस्टिस साहब जो है वो बात कर रहे थे, मतलब दिखाई देता है। आप एक बार सुनना वो जो हुआ था कलकत्ता हाई कोर्ट में, क्लियर फ्रस्ट्रेशन ऑफ द जुडिशरी टुवर्ड्स द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट।
And I mean, I don't know. See, we've talked about it for like I think what 15 odd minutes now, and you just lose. You run out of words. Like, A, how do you describe what has happened? B, the inaction of the authorities of the state government. Because let's be clear, like Judge said, like, and we are reiterating it again. No political party can take a moral high ground and say that we have done something for women's safety. So, be it a BJP ruled state or be it a state that is ruled by the opposition, each state government, every political party has failed the citizens of India as far as women's safety is concerned. And the point that Shashank mentioned as well, I mean, it's, I don't know how to just put it. When such gruesome things come to light, on the other hand, you literally flip the page of your newspaper and you see a rapist, a convicted rapist, Gurmeet Ram Rahim, going out, getting out of jail. He has a luxury convoy, which is I think birthday celebration.
Birthday
na?
celebration.
He's out for birthday celebration, and things are okay. So like something that Sujit really talks about time and again, that if you are a rapist, if you are a convicted rapist, you're behind bars, and you can come out of jail. That's okay. You're not the law. Brij Bhushan, I mean, the allegations to Brij Bhushan is uska case. I'm not sure वो किधर है. Exactly where that case is, what stage, because he's still out there.
हुआ ही नहीं है उसका।
There's no substantial progress. So the likes of, if you the likes of Gurmeet Ram Rahim, Asaram Bapu, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, they can roam free. But if there are allegations and you've laundered money, so for that immediately you will be put behind bars.
चुने हुए मुख्यमंत्री को बेल नहीं मिल रही है, लेकिन इलेक्टेड
कर्नाटका में भी एक हुआ था, येडियुरप्पा के ऊपर
पॉक्सो का मामला है, तो
पॉक्सो केस लगा था और उनको
No Tom Dick
अरेस्ट
and Harry.
वारंट आया था।
Yeah.
तो कर्नाटका हाई कोर्ट ने बोला कि ही इज नॉट टॉम डिक एंड हैरी, हाउ कैन यू अरेस्ट अ फॉर्मर चीफ मिनिस्टर। अरे
And I mean, it's
पॉक्सो लगा है।
Poxo
द गर्ल जिसपे वो हुआ था, वो
allegedly,
crime जो हुआ था,
allegedly, हाँ.
वो उसका डेथ हो गया।
Yeah.
ये भी मैं बता दूं, पुटिंग द फैक्ट्स ऑन द टेबल।
even governor of West Bengal,
हाँ,
CV Ananda Bose is accused of molestation.
So, I mean, it's really
And
sad.
the same governor is now slamming Mamta government. So that is the irony of it.
It just boils down to politics. You see a moment, you see an opportunity, you want to seize it, and then convert it into, just drag it, bring it down to such a low level that you just run out of words. And same as
Prajwal Revanna.
Prajwal Revanna. He's Prajwal Revanna.
Nobody is following up.
I mean, it came out and it vanished. It came out amidst election time, and now that has vanished. So I mean, I think this is what things stand as far as the Kolkata case is concerned. Like we said, the CBI, the Central Bureau of Investigation, has now taken over the case after the Kolkata High Court ordered them to do so. As far as the vandalism is concerned, that happened on the 14th of August, midnight, 15th August. I think 18 so far, last I checked, 19 people have been arrested in connection with that vandalism. Again, so many questions out there. Wasn't the police aware? Wasn't the intelligence aware that such a thing could possibly happen? And the doctors are still out on the streets, not just in Kolkata, across the country. We are sitting here in Mumbai, a few kilometers away from us, government hospital. You have resident doctors who are out there and demanding answers, demanding justice, and want some sort of an end to this issue. And I think condolences to the family and to the victims' loved ones, given what has really transpired. And we hope that the accused is really brought to justice. I know I'll just cut through the a lot of unnecessary noise that's happening on social media as well. Like, if you guys want to weigh in on that, the discourse on the social media, like, not all men are like this. No, so that's really a debate. I don't.
वो आउटरीच में बोलूँ, वो आउटरीच सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया तक ही है। लोगों को, मेरे को नहीं लगता कि लोगों को ज्यादा फर्क पड़ता है, क्योंकि ऐसे इश्यूज पे ना जब भी अगर रियल में लोगों को मैटर करता है ना, अगर लोग सड़क पे आएंगे ना, सत्ताएं, गवर्नमेंट्स अपनी नाक रगड़ेंगी लोगों के
Correct.
सामने और इस ऐसे इश्यूज को सॉल्व करेंगी। लेकिन मेरे हिसाब से ये सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया तक सीमित आउटरीच है। ये मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़े दिनों बाद लोग इसको भूल भी जाएंगे और हम और फ्रस्ट्रेट होंगे कि लोग इसको भूल भी गए।
Correct. In fact, Brinda Adige, she's a noted women rights activist. She had appeared on our channel. She spoke to Sanya Patel of HW News, and she put it very beautifully that this rape has no religion, caste, creed. It's not that, and it's you need to also teach. While of course we've seen grown up with the sisters and the ladies, the girls around us. When we grow up, they're taught that don't dress a certain way, don't stay out till late night. But the same isn't really applicable for the guys. I mean, and that's a fair point. You teach about good touch and bad touch to girls. Teach that to the boys as well. They should be aware of what is the line that they shouldn't even think of crossing. And it can't be that अच्छा नहीं वो लड़की की गलती थी. This victim blaming business, I think. And even I have seen this repeatedly. वो हर एक कोई एक major case होता है, everyone pounces, no, not all men. I mean, really, that's what we've come down to. So yeah, I think we'll end this topic at that. Other than that, what else did we see in politics? Of course, Kolkata is still a developing story. It's a major headline. Election dates,
yes.
I think election dates. क्या हुआ शशांक उसमें? What all has happened so far? Election Commission का कल था ना प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस.
हरियाणा के डेट्स आ गए हैं, जम्मू कश्मीर के डेट्स आ गए हैं. जम्मू कश्मीर में 370 हटने के बाद पहली बार चुनाव होने जा रहा है. असेंबली इलेक्शंस फर्स्ट टाइम हो रहा है. 3 फेज में हरियाणा में इलेक्शन तीन फेज में जम्मू कश्मीर में इलेक्शन हो रहा है और हरियाणा में 1 फेज इलेक्शन होगा.
5th October is the result, ना? 4th October
is the results and 1st October को हरियाणा में चुनाव है.
which is 3rd phase of Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes.
I think September last week में
25
in that sense. But curiously, Maharashtra dates haven't come out. Maharashtra and Jharkhand also have their tenure of assemblies that are ending. 2019 में there was no Jammu and Kashmir that went to polls. There was Haryana, Maharashtra, Jharkhand, 3 states I think that went to. And these 3 states have been going together for polling for the last I think 10, 20 years at least, how much ever I recollect. But when the Election Commission was asked about Maharashtra, that because it's become such a big political talking point, Maharashtra में elections कब होंगे? Because there's a lot riding on these assembly elections. Legacies will be written, obituaries of some political parties, these netas here and there. Everything is everything to play for. So Election Commission, I think, what did he say? Ki Maharashtra.
Rajiv Kumar actually, when he was asked that why is Maharashtra not going with Haryana, because previously Maharashtra, Haryana, Jharkhand was at the same time. So he said that last time Jammu and Kashmir was not in the picture. So because Jammu and Kashmir is there now, so a lot of police force and the armed forces would be busy there. So it would be very difficult to kind of accommodate 4 states. So we're going 2 states each.
Yeah, I mean that was the explanation. I don't know how much I really agree with it. Josh is laughing. I don't know how much I agree with it. I was at
महाराष्ट्र में हालत थोड़ा बीजेपी का
actually before I come to Maharashtra, J&K. I mean Lok Sabha में you got that feel that the voter turnout 50 highest turnout in 35 odd years I think. So that's an encouraging sign. And it will be
निकल के वोट.
हाँ, Supreme Court का deadline was September 30th, and they are winding up by 4th October ना. So that will be interesting to see how it plays out, because
ये भी है कि वहाँ पे जो इंसर्जेंसी बढ़ रहा है वो मेन कारण यही है कि वहाँ पे इलेक्शंस रोकना है. मतलब जो क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म जो हो रहा है जम्मू में भी जो हो रहा है और जो आर्मी जवान भी जो शहीद हो रहे हैं, उसमें काफी डिफेंस एक्सपर्ट्स भी ये बोल रहे हैं कि उनको वो लोग नहीं चाहते कि वहाँ पे डेमोक्रेसी आए, इलेक्शंस हो, स्टेबिलिटी आए, क्योंकि एक बार ये सब एस्टैब्लिश हो गया, इलेक्शंस हो गया, सीएम हो गया, तो वो एक ग्लोबल नैरेटिव खत्म हो जाएगा कि आर्टिकल 370 के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर अनस्टेबल है, जो एक नैरेटिव है वो नैरेटिव टूट जाएगा। और जो एक सच्चा नैरेटिव है, जो मतलब एक फैक्ट है, वो नैरेटिव भी नहीं है।
आई थिंक जम्मू एंड कश्मीर जो इन रिसेंट मंथ्स जम्मू में स्पेशली
बहुत टेरर अटैक्स हुए।
हाँ, it's a spate of
हद से ज्यादा वहाँ पे
12-13 attacks just in the last few months, I think.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी का भी जो जब स्वेरिंग इन सेरेमनी था उस वक्त
उसी
से
हाँ.
फिर जो रैसी अटैक हुआ, फिर अब भी 2-3 दिन पहले भी अटैक
डोडा में भी I think something happened. हाँ, so
तो ये बहुत क्रॉस बॉर्डर लोगों को बहुत खटक रहा है। लेकिन हम इलेक्शंस करवा के ही रहेंगे जम्मू कश्मीर में।
हाँ, जश विल
हम मतलब
personally,
हम देशवासी।
देशवासी, जश विल personally. Yeah, but I think statehood का भी बहुत है ना. There's a lot of chatter that should statehood be first put in, because if you have elections in a UT, which Jammu and Kashmir is at the moment, what are the powers that will really be with the chief minister? I think that is something that
जो दिल्ली में भी
so,
we are seeing that.
but I think
same
for
amount of-
starters, the fact that
as well.
Jammu and Kashmir will see elections, will see proper assembly elections. I think since 2017-18, when the PDP BJP government collapsed, there was president's rule. Then Article 370 was abrogated, and since then there haven't been any concrete progress on that. So for starters, I think that's an encouraging sign that Jammu and Kashmir will see elections. So you'll have the likes of the Abdullahs, the likes of Muftis back in the picture now.
Ghulam Nabi Azad would also be.
Ghulam Nabi Azad would also
floated
be
his
there.
own
Yeah,
party
yeah.
now.
So, correct. He's floated his own party. So that'll be interesting to watch, and we'll keep tracking. In fact, for our listeners, as the election season, one election cycle ended and the other began, we had the Mood Tiranga segment on our channel that we brought to you with all the election related updates on our channel. We'll do something similar for Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Haryana, and all the poll-bound states as and when the schedule comes up. I think for starters, we will be starting very soon with Mood Jammu and Kashmir, and Mood Haryana is where we will start. And we'll try and get you some voices from the ground, expert analysis, the players to watch out for, because the way an assembly elections happen is very different to how a Lok Sabha elections happen. The factors change in every state, in every district. There's a lot more at stake as far as that particular region or district is concerned. So we are in for another hectic yet, I think, exciting election season. Now let's come to I think Maharashtra. We can talk about. There was a lot of chatter in the last few days that when will the elections be announced? I think 26th November is when the tenure of the assembly ends. Correct, Shashank?
Correct. November.
So Shashank is our in-house Maharashtra expert, and he's up to date with whatever happens. So he's our reference point. We go to him for anything that we need to know on Maharashtra. So there's a lot of chatter ki when will elections happen.
Shubham, what I believe that a lot of political pundits believe that the elections are being delayed because they want to, the BJP, the Mahayuti alliance want to get their Ladli Behna Yojana, which they have replicated from Madhya Pradesh. They want to test it. How is it going to work? Because the demographics and the population of both the states are very different. So they want to understand how much of it is working. So the first installment has now been paid off.
Yeah.
People have received money, and
3,000 rupees is what
yeah,
they got.
yeah, 2 months.
3,000 rupees
3,000.
direct benefit transfer.
Yes, 1,500 for 1 month. So they've done both 2 months.
Uh-huh.
So now the second installment is likely to come by Ganesh Chaturthi, and the next installment is by Dashera. So they would
First installment date said Raksha Bandhan on the occasion
ahead of Raksha Bandhan. So some people have received, some people are yet to receive.
More than 1 crore applications.
Yeah.
1 crore odd applications for that scheme.
A lot of applications also got rejected because the criteria is like 2.5 lakh per household
household income. So yeah, Maharashtra is going to be a tricky state for. I mean, if you just look at it that way, you have 2 alliances. That's okay. But just for listeners who are staying outside of Maharashtra, listening to us, who don't quite understand the dynamics of Maharashtra politics, especially in recent years, for starters, here is a stat for you. There are 6 main political parties in the fray. 6 main. So I'll take you through. There's, of course, the Bharatiya Janata Party. There's the Shiv Sena that is led by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Then there is the Nationalist Congress Party, which is led by Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar. These three are one unit, the Mahayuti as it's called. On the other side, you have another Shiv Sena. This one is led by Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, Shiv Sena UBT. Then we have Nationalist Congress Party, SCP, that's led by Sharad Chandra Pawar, the grand old man of Maharashtra politics, and the Congress. These three parties are another unit which is called the Mahavikas Aghadi. So there are 6 parties. Plus, if you add Raj Thackeray's Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, which just has a single MLA at the moment, but still has a lot of brand value as far as the Thackeray surname is concerned. His party is there. That makes it 7. Raj Thackeray's Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi is Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, that is led by Prakash Ambedkar. Now these two political parties electorally don't have a lot of tangible gains to show, but it is, especially since we are talking about a Vidhan Sabha election,
वोट काटने के लिए बहुत
vote
अच्छे हैं।
exactly. So there are 8 parties, 8 mainstream parties. And Raj Thackeray is still in.
Ramdas Atavale's faction is also there, but they're with Alliance.
So Raj Thackeray he's not part of Mahayuti at the moment.
No, he's not.
So he gave that bin shart pathimba or unconditional support.
He was asking for 12 assembly seats, which got rejected by the BJP's top brass. So
okay. So
that is what is being said.
So 8 parties is what we are looking at, and which is why the whole thing about why Maharashtra elections would be a big litmus test comes up, because there's a lot of things riding on it. Like I said earlier, legacies, obituaries for netas, who wins where, flexing their muscles. So be it the Thackerays, be it the Pawars, each or be it the Congress, which in the Lok Sabha ended up being the single largest party across all 6 parties. Across all 6 parties.
Absolutely.
So a rejuvenated Congress party, you never know how things would pan out. So that is why I think the Ladli Behna scheme is something that is hot, trending, and up and about. But before we come to Ladli Behna, Shashank spoke about Ladli Behna briefly. Jash, I want to know from you, when this was on a Friday. I think we are recording this on a Saturday. On a Friday, which is the day before yesterday for our listeners who will hear it on Sunday. On Friday, MVA had a meeting in Mumbai. And all the top leaders, Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar, Nana Patole, Prithviraj Chavan, everyone was there. And this was telecasted live. It was a meeting attended by their party workers. And one talking point came up that will Uddhav Thackeray be the CM? I think he gave a statement in that regard. I think
yes.
उद्धव ठाकरे ने ऐसा बोला कि अलायंस पार्टनर्स जो कांग्रेस और शरद पवार एनसीपी है, उसमें से अगर जो भी वो लोग सीएम कैंडिडेट बोलेंगे, हमारा पूरा सपोर्ट है उनके लिए। लेकिन मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप सीएम कैंडिडेचर अगर आपको नहीं चाहिए था, तो आप याद करो आपने अलायंस तोड़ा क्यों था बीजेपी के साथ? क्योंकि आपको सीएम कैंडिडेचर चाहिए था और आपको सीएम कैंडिडेट बनना था। अब आप वही सीएम कैंडिडेचर को आप मतलब आपके लिए वो इतना इनसिग्निफिकेंट हो गया, आप ऐसा दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे हो।
No, but then should MVA have a chief minister's face? Should they project Uddhav Thackeray as the chief minister's face?
मेरे हिसाब से करना चाहिए वो लोग को। अगर उद्धव ठाकरे चीफ मिनिस्टर कैंडिडेचर छोड़ के उसको नहीं मिला और अगर वो छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली चीफ मिनिस्टर कैंडिडेचर उनको चाहिए ही होगा ना। उसी रीजन से ही वो गए होंगे। मेरा ये मानना है
that they should do
हाँ। और अभी वो न्यूज़ भी आ रहा था कि मतलब वो बोलते हैं ना राजनीतिक गलियारों में कि उद्धव ठाकरे कांग्रेस हाई कमांड से भी मिलके आए।
he went to Delhi,
और वहां पे भी उनको बोला गया कि चीफ मिनिस्टरशिप मिलेगी उनको। अब बोला गया है, लेकिन यहाँ पे आके उन्होंने स्टेटमेंट भी ऐसा दिया है कि हम फुल सपोर्ट करेंगे। तो बहुत ब्लरी इमेज है अभी तक, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है। लेकिन चीफ मिनिस्टर कैंडिडेचर शिवसेना अगर वो तोड़ के आए हैं तो उनको क्लेम करना चाहिए, righteous claim करना चाहिए।
CM Shashank?
No, firstly, what Uddhav Thackeray, whatever just said, that he was angry with the BJP for not getting the chief minister post. It was not that. It was about the promise that the BJP, that is what the Uddhav Thackeray faction says, that it was the promise which was broken. That 2.5 years. So if Uddhav Thackeray has always said that we were never behind the CM post, because you have seen that the Thackeray's never held the chief minister's post. They were always the remote control since the time of Manohar Joshi. So it was, as far as Uddhav Thackeray is concerned, it was about the promise with the BJP. Second thing, what Uddhav Thackeray has said, that a lot of Nana Patole had said, Sharad Pawar had said this, the other two MBA partners, that whoever has more numbers might claim the CM's post. Now, what argument Uddhav Thackeray has given is very interesting. He has said that we cannot do it on the basis of strength, because if we take that in mind and we go for the polls, then we would be busy competing amongst ourselves and would not be able to defeat the BJP.
Correct.
It would be like, I want to get more numbers, so how can I ensure that Congress does not get more seats or NCP does not get more seats, and we would fight amongst ourselves. That is what Uddhav Thackeray said. So Uddhav Thackeray is in favor of
a chief
ministerial phase, which I believe, like just rightly said, that he has met with Rahul Gandhi, and a lot of Congress functionaries, leaders, deputy leaders have consistently off record, they have spoken that they are very much irritated with Uddhav Thackeray's interference with the top brass. Now what happens, Uddhav Thackeray gets approval from the top brass, and then state unit of the Congress is not consulted. So what happens, the state leadership is very much irritated with that, because we are not bought into confidence. So this is the whole drama which is playing out.
आपने वो स्टेटमेंट भी सुना होगा जो उन्होंने मीटिंग माटो का मीटिंग में जो बोला, उस स्टेटमेंट पे क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन है आपका?
That I think he said something on the lines of Congress and NCP can, whichever name they propose, we will back them open.
So अब वो कैंडिडेट कांग्रेस का भी हो सकता है, वो कैंडिडेट एनसीपी का भी हो सकता है.
आप मुझे आज की डेट में बता दो कि कांग्रेस में सीएम फेस बनने लायक व्यक्ति कौन है. वो एक चीज़ है. एनसीपी आज की डेट में मैं अभी भी उस स्टांस पे रहूँगा कि अभी एक यूनिफिकेशन को आप वो नहीं कर सकते हो, रूल आउट नहीं कर सकते हो, क्योंकि इफ़ यू हैव सीन व्हाट अजीत पवार हैज सेड लेटली इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. विद इफ यू सी द इंटरव्यू विद नाविका कुमार, ही हैज सेड दैट all those people who blamed me, who put allegations on me, have now have worked with me now. So it can be a master stroke that you got all your deeds, now you are very clean, all your deeds are now washed out, bad deeds are washed out, you are now clean after getting washed in the washing machine. So you never know how it can play out, because if you see, he has said that I'm not interested in contesting polls, the party would decide, then apologizing for fielding Sunetra Pawar against Supriya Sule.
Now he said he might not contest from Baramati.
He might not contest polls only.
Achha, he might not. He's saying okay.
Not contest.
And he might field his son Jay Pawar.
Son. So anything can happen. So I still believe that with NCP, that mind, what Sharad Pawar's, what is there in Sharad Pawar's mind, you can never think of. So with, as far as NCP is concerned, I don't think that they are thinking much more bigger than chief minister's post, because at time when they had the opportunity to during RR Patil's time, they had the opportunity to get the CM's chair, but still they chose union minister's post in place of.
No, I think a couple of things are very clear. With regards to the Mahavikas Aghadi is concerned. Uddhav Thackeray, by a fair margin, I think he looks a man in control of not just Shiv Sena UBT, but as a person who's in control of the Mahavikas Aghadi. So the whole alliance, and it's, I think, in terms of popularity as well, because he had the chief minister's post very recently, I think 2.5 years back, before Eknath Shinde became the CM, he was the chief minister, and he was appreciated pretty widely during the entire COVID time with whatever happened. Maharashtra was one of the worst affected states as far as coronavirus was concerned. So I think Uddhav Thackeray in the last few years, especially post 2019 and the formation of Mahavikas Aghadi, he's emerged as the leader of not just Shiv Sena UBT now, but the leader of Mahavikas Aghadi. So you could see that when he went to Delhi, he met, I think he met all India leaders. He met Mr. Rahul Gandhi as well. And what we were given to understand is that the Congress High Command in a way has agreed to, has given a green signal that you lead the campaign for us, we will follow. So I think that is very clear. And if you really look at Mahavikas Aghadi. That way, each section has a separate vote bank that it gets to the table, separate regions where each of them dominate. So the likes of Uddhav Thackeray dominate in Mumbai, Konkan. That is where Shiv Sena UBT really dominates. The Pawars, of course, you have Western Maharashtra, where the Pawars dominate, and then there is the Congress, which is the grand old party, and they've had so many chief ministers in the past. So that'll be interesting to watch as to whether or not they actually formally go ahead with Uddhav Thackeray as CM face. I think one thing all of us will agree that he'll be the campaign face.
Definitely.
For
जैसे
Mahavik.
लोकसभा में कैंपेन फेस उद्धव ठाकरे था वैसे ही
हाँ.
असेंबली में
And
भी
he got. I mean, there are two ways of looking at it. One is the seats he contested the maximum number of seats in the MVA, but his strike rate was strictly averaged. 9 out of 21 is what he won compared to Mr. Pawar's party that won 8 out of 10, and Congress won 11 out of 16. 11 out of
13. Congress won 13 out of 17.
13 out of 17. So again, that's a much better strike rate than Uddhav Thackeray. So we'll see how that plays out, whether the MVA really bites the CM post bullet or not. But then let's come to Ladli Behna. Now I think the biggest, the most stark, the most prominent highlight of the Ladki Behna is the scheme and the branding of the scheme itself. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the scheme is called Mukhyamantri Ladki Bahin
योजना
Yojana.
Correct?
But CM Shinde's party calls it Mukhyamantri Ladki Bahin Yojana. But Ajit
Ajit
Pawar's
Pawar,
faction calls it Ladli Bahin. So there is contention in that also.
डेप्यूटी मुख्यमंत्री लाड़की
I mean, see, technically he was the finance minister. He's the finance minister.
He tabled the...
He tabled the budget. He announced the
एक्चुअली
scheme.
वो डेप्यूटी
Deputy CM Mukhyamantri
लाड़की
Bahin.
ना होना चाहिए
No, but do you guys really think that given the show that Mahayuti had put up in the Lok Sabha, could this one scheme really tilt the scales in their favor? And now that I think it's pretty clear that Maharashtra elections will not happen in October. You'll only see
Not
them
possible
in November.
because model code of conduct cannot be
Correct.
implemented.
And then I
while
think
there
the
is
Chief Election
already-
Commissioner also said that
Yes,
the festivals are also lined up.
absolutely.
So it'll,
During Diwali, we can expect.
no, during Diwali, he said the festivals are there, so we'll have to take
So
care of the
post,
scheduling.
yeah.
Post
So
Diwali,
announcement
that November,
would happen around that
So
time.
basically, the point being, they still have a good couple of months to
मतलब और
drill
दो
that.
तीन इंस्टॉलमेंट आएगा और
हाँ,
खटाखट,
दो तीन
खटाखट।
खटा. But do you think that one scheme can really change the fate? Because it's very evident now that the BJP is not where it would like to be as far as Maharashtra is concerned. One can debate the extent to which the BJP is struggling, but I believe it's pretty evident that the Bharatiya Janata Party is lagging behind in the state of Maharashtra. Why it is critical? Again, everyone knows it's the second largest state in terms of Lok Sabha seats. 48 MPs is what Maharashtra sends to the Lok Sabha. Politically as well, it's a very important state given its size and given the dynamics. The home of RSS, the ideological godfather of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is in Maharashtra. That is there. So, you think Ladki Bahin, they have 2 more months, it can really change the game as far as Mahayuti is concerned?
Shubham, definitely I feel that it would bring some kind of an impact because like a lot of people have said this, that more than communalism, if something can work, is that you get that 1500 rupees in your pockets. So somebody whose household income is less than 2.5 lakhs getting 1500 rupees is a very big deal. So firstly that. Second thing, that if a household gets that 1500, then 3 people or 4 people who are eligible to vote for that party would go and vote that party. So it is not just going to impact the women, but
Solo
also
beneficiary
it is
नहीं.
not a solo beneficiary. It is also to the other people who
और
are.
फैमिली
हाँ,
वोट बैंक बनेगा उससे
Other than that, what we are missing out is that 3 LPG cylinders per year also they are giving free. So that is also one thing which we need to look.
See, that is why we get Shashank on the show. That whatever we can't, because we are not as well versed and well read about Maharashtra politics and in depth knowledge as Shashank is. That's why we get him. He reminds us of the things that we forget, and with his expertise, with his domain knowledge, with his sources that he has, and because in the newsroom he's always busy talking to his sources, which is again, it's a good thing. We're just pulling his leg. But the LPG cylinders, yes, Shashank, LPG cylinders.
Firstly, thanks a lot, Shubham, for that appreciation.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that LPG cylinder, also 3 LPG cylinders per year free, and then the Ladka Bhau Yojana, which internship project. So,
Ladka Bhau
so yeah, so no, that is also very interesting.
अच्छी
Right?
बात है एक्चुअली सब लोग बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ
No, no, no,
अच्छी
no.
बात है
नहीं, वो तो लाडकी
लेकिन बेटे का क्या
ये इसमें उद्धव ठाकरे had questioned the CM that what about Ladke Bhau का क्या, and within days the scheme got announced. It is not officially called Ladka
Ladka
Bhau.
Bhau, it's-
No,
it is.
the CM has called
No,
it.
but I think
Yeah.
this is, if it has to be a tangible gain, it has to be a short-term gain. I think the larger point that I think should also be emphasized in equal measure, if not more, is the money that this scheme will cost. I think 45,000 crores is I think
Roughly.
roughly
Roughly.
is what the burden it will have on the
Roughly.
state exchequer.
At a time when
Is it-
7 lakh crore burden is already
The debt burden is
7
already
lakh
there.
crore is already.
Fiscally, I mean, really, Paul, kitna you'll stretch it till say November, till the time the elections are out. Assuming whoever manages to win it, once you take control of the state finances, I mean, wouldn't it be disastrous? A scheme where you're literally stretching the coffers just to ensure that you target that that vote bank.
No, but Shubham, then what Devendra Fadnavis and Mahayuti partners are questioning, when the Congress party had said that they would get 8,000 khatakat, so that time nobody was questioning how the money would come. Now we are questioning that how 1,500 rupees would. So that is also an argument which one has to look at.
It's applicable to across all parties. Even the Congress party, which had in their manifesto mentioned, you would raise questions of how fiscally prudent it is and the burden it will have on either the state's treasury or the union government's treasury. So that will be interesting to see how this Ladki Bahin, Ladka Bhau business unfolds in Maharashtra. So another, like I said, interesting election season coming up. And I think on that note, we can wind up
Yes.
this week's episode of Newsroom Charcha. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Do in fact leave your comments, any feedback that you may have, any appreciation that you may have for Shashank and his depth of knowledge about Maharashtra politics, because we'll talk a lot about it as we go forward. But any other thing that you may have, any other specific topics that you would like to discuss, any feedback for the team, we would be happy to have a look at it. So thank you so much for listening, and subscribe to HW News English for more such content. This is Shubham Chauhan signing off.